Good morning. I'm going to do another one here because I just feel inspired this morning. I'm going to start back off with the same chart that I ended up part 3 with. This one will be part 4. And what I want to do today, the last one we covered the colors, how the 12 colors of the rainbow are in the same symbolism. Today we're going to look at these 6 swords, okay? So, and this is only my truth, okay? I can only speak my truth. Here is just the 6 swords. Now, in a way, and this is, for me, it was shown, these 6 swords are symbolic of the 6 cardinal ways. And this is how it works. North, south, east, west, up, down. You see it now? So let's look at it again. North, south, east, west, up, down. Well, the thing is, and this is just like Jesus says, I mean, it's incredible. Heaven is within. Within is the 7th direction. So now, you can get that, and just sort of, look at it like a weather vane. The only thing is missing, there's not a chicken sitting up here. This is where it mounts to the house. This is north, south, east, west. The chicken's sitting up here, letting you know which direction. Okay, so now, let's look at the swords. Okay, a sword is double-edged. It cuts both ways. Okay, have you ever seen when someone is knighted? Only in the movies that we see such things. But usually the king or the queen, the sword is put on one side of the shoulder, and that's sort of the idea that I can cut your head off this way. Then it's put on the other shoulder, sort of the idea I can cut your head off this way. And then they tap it on their head, and that means forgiveness. It's like the king or queen is saying, but I forgive you. Okay? So, and a sword is a rod of iron that is hammered and sharpened. Okay? And it's double-edged. Well, now, here we have this doubling again. So now, this is where it gets very good, I think. It's beautiful. Here is the 6 swords. Okay, and there are 2 cherubim, and the sword turns in every direction, blocking the soul from the garden. Well, if we look at it again as north, south, east, west, up, down, that's every direction the sword can turn in this physical world. Okay, and it's flaming because behind it is the spark. Now, this is symbolically the gates of heaven. You see, and these 2 cherubims are opposite. You see, this is almost like the Ark of the Covenant. I just don't have a box down here, which we've already covered the box. I've already explained the cube and the box. You see, but the glory of God was in the center of the 2 cherubim, right? And what the center is, this is where the 7th sword comes in. The 7th sword is forgiveness. It's non-judgment. You see, because now in this non-judgment, it's like you're overcoming the demigod ego mentality of knowing the difference between good and evil. Ye have become as gods, knowing the difference between good and evil. That's judgment. Okay? Now, when I covered the colors of the rainbow, I showed you there were positive colors and there were negative colors. And I'm not judging this and saying like which one is good and which one is evil. I'm just showing you this positive-negative duality world that we live in. So what happens is the positive colors being red, green, and violet, they sort of come out of this column. Okay, 3 colors. Then over here is 3 colors that are considered to be negative, yellow, blue, and maroon. Yellow, blue, maroon. They come out. When they intersect with the other 3 rays, it creates the lime, the teal, the indigo, the purple, the scarlet, the orange. So you see, and this is where in Revelations, when there is that 7th one, 7 bowls. Okay, well, in a weird way, I was looking this morning. Here is your 7 bowls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here is the 6 swords. This is your 7th. So it's, you see, and it goes back to the understanding that the road to hell is wide, but the path to heaven is narrow, and few find it. It is right down the middle. Let's look at this thing as like it's a scale. We got a -1, a -2, and a -3. We got a +1, a +2, and a +3. But in the middle, it just is. And we get trapped by these flaming swords called judgment. So, sorry again about this artwork, because I am... but I think you may get the idea with this somewhat. You see, but the rainbow's on the other side. This is a gate. This is the gates to heaven. You can, you know, a gate has a left pole and a right pole, okay? But the gate actually opens right down the middle. That's the narrow path, people. Non-judgment. It just is.